Hi, podcasters. We're the Riot.
Welcome to your Wednesday podcast.
We're so glad that you joined us today. It's so wonderful. Today in the podcast, you're going to hear about why everybody's mad at Nintendo, some Kit Kats, and the weird lines that they're starting to cross in the great nation of Japan.
So what this new Kit Kat flavor, which could be medicinal.
Municipal. It's a city-flavored Kit Kat.
Medicinal.
The age you can expect to start hating your job, a new Joker movie, eating pigs, sugar, pirate bays, and I will tell you, buried in this podcast might be my favorite 2 sentences that Nikki has ever spoken out loud to me.
So you'll find out all the details.
You'll find out what it is. And I just want to let you know that we have corporately decided Nikki's going to go ahead and go to the doctor now.
I'm going to the doctor right now after this.
Yeah, which I think is a great choice.
Okay, but if you're like, why is she going to the doctor? You'll hear in a second.
Yeah. And the 2 best sentences ever spoken by Nikki.
Enjoy this podcast. Don't forget Radio U Riot on Facebook. Join us there. And Radio U Riot on our YouTube channel. Subscribe while you're here.
It is the Riot.
Recycling paper is like planting a tree. Recycling the Riot is like burning down the rainforest.
We ain't gonna be in no fire, not today.
It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
So there was the fuss on the interwebs with the peoples about the new Xbox on Sunday. That apparently there were basically everywhere that does pre-orders had pre-orders on Sunday. You could order the new Xbox One X.
Was the fuss that the pre-orders were out or something? Or what was the fuss?
Yes, the pre-orders sold out almost instantly all over the place. And I think maybe GameStop had some bundles left. So if you wanted to pay $800 for a $500 item.
But it was the whole setup. So.
And you got a carrying case for the thing you're never taking anywhere. So, but I mean, all that stuff. It's perfect.
Well, you could still maybe get in on that.
Yeah. So there's that. But very quietly and apparently, unbeknownst to us, in the middle of the night, today's Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the middle of sometime on Monday night, something. Yeah, oh my gosh, 1:30 a.m. Eastern, Best Buy put the Super Nintendo Classic up for pre-order.
And that was official?
Yeah.
Because that had accidentally been put up through Walmart.
Amazon's went up at 5 a.m. Eastern. They all sold out immediately.
How are you getting alerts for that stuff overnight? I mean, what's the chance of, like, if you wanted one but you were sleeping?
I would say
So how would you get an alert?
I would say a lot of people woke up pretty angry about it.
Sure, because it's already gone.
Well, I will tell you that I have been on the receiving end of this. What was it? It was last summer when I was having my deviated septum fixed or whatever. You talk about up at weird hours. So, like, at the time I wanted a new graphics card for my computer. It was the NVIDIA 1080. It was very hard to get at the time. Now it's very easy to get, but then it was brand new. It was hard to get. And I was up at like 4 o'clock in the morning
Just
for
checking.
whatever reason. And I was like, wonder if there's any 1080s. There are! And I thought,
you got one. But what's the chance of just a normal day-to-day? Like, you had no idea that the NES
SNES Classic
was like, oh, I know that sometime tonight. So you stay up, or like when it's a phone release and you get up early for it.
Uh-huh.
I would be so mad if I woke up and you missed it.
I think that it just feels like they screwed a lot of people over. Unless you're somebody that lives on slick deals and stays up all night just in case there's a pricing mistake
maybe,
or something like that. But yeah, you got screwed out of that one.
Interested in the classic one and you're like, well, I'll just wait. So the first set is not yours.
Right.
You might get in on the next one, okay?
That was the pre-order. What's really funny is, what is this thing? Like, these games are 20 years old, 30 years old. I don't know how old it's supposed to be.
You could go to, like, some sort of garage sale and buy yourself all the stuff.
You could. And then there's also an element of, like,
online.
There are things. There are ways.
Emulators.
There are ways. But granted, you won't get the neat little box.
I know.
With the fun little controller.
Sorry if you missed out on that.
Yeah, dude. You really... I mean, if you wanted it, and I'm sorry. I really am. But you know what?
They're not going to tell you that. They're not going to say sorry, so we'll say sorry for them.
September 29th is when it hits stores. Maybe you can, start camping now. And maybe then you'll get it if they release it in the middle of the night.
They're like, that's your bathroom break, and you go to the bathroom and they open the doors and you miss it out.
No!
That's the equivalent of it.
They were supposed to open at 5. Like, but we changed our mind.
It's fine.
The Riot with Obadiah.
Them honey buns and Cheetos done caught up with me.
The Riot with Nikki.
Yeah, she's a liar, because I don't know her. So whatever she says is a lie, so...
The Riot, Radio U.
Since the first bit of medicine was given to the first person, and somebody was like, it's gross, doctors, pharmacists, and the pharmaceutical industry that was born have been trying to make medicine taste more and more like candy.
I think it all started, too, with us. What was the pink stuff when we were kids?
Oh, the amoxicillin?
Oh, yeah.
It's delicious.
I used to love that stuff.
So good. I mean, you lay like a amoxicillin-flavored 7-Up in front of me.
Bring it on.
You know what? You couldn't stock it. It would sell out that fast.
Now, sometimes you got the white stuff, I remember, and that was not good. But when you got the pink stuff, that was great.
Yeah.
And sometimes you got a shot, and that was bad.
That was bad. I remember like graduating from amoxicillin to this one stuff that it would come in like a real brown, dark bottle. You know what I'm saying?
That's not it. And
Yeah.
You're like, can I still have the pink stuff? And you were too old.
And then pretty soon the doctor was like, here's the pill. And then he was like, you know what? Hang on. We have this medicine we give horses. Take this.
Take this and have a good time.
I'm sure you'll feel a lot better. I will say that I think it's fair, and you know, you can disagree if you want, but I think that the flavoring of medicine peaked when Nikki and I both were at the store and we found the cherry vanilla flavored
cherry vanilla cough syrup.
NyQuil cough syrup
and
stuff.
then they wonder why you got to get carded for half the stuff you buy because people are using it for nefarious purposes.
You know that they are.
And it's like, well, don't make it that flavor.
Well, now I feel like the people in Japan have gotten all messed up because the idea is you're supposed to be flavoring the medicine so you'll take it. But now they're starting to flavor their candy like medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, the cough syrup flavored Kit Kat.
It's real. Now it's limited.
It is real. It is, excuse me, I said cough syrup. They say cough drop.
And it's supposed to actually have a little bit of cough drop powder in it or something to give an authentic flavor. Mm-hmm. So if you like that artificial cherry sort of cough drop flavor, you're going to love this Kit Kat.
It contains 2.1% cough drop powder. That's a translation from the original Japanese. But they say Nodo Ame, cough drop, and that's it. And it has famous, in Japan, soccer announcer Yasutaro Matsuki, who I guess is well known for cough drops.
Maybe.
Like,
Maybe it's his thing.
He needs something to keep his voice in shape for the World Cup.
That's
I don't know.
So what you need is you really need actual cough drops, but you think, oh no, this Kit Kat will do the trick when it's not.
It's got cough drop powder in it.
But I don't think that works the same.
But don't you want to at least taste it and find out?
I do, absolutely.
Gosh, man. Japanese Kit Kats, right?
But they're running out of flavor ideas. I feel like this is going in a different level.
This is desperation.
Like it would be like the amoxicillin one, you know, the pink one.
Well, hey, Kit Kat, if you're listening, do it. Give me a pink Kit Kat that's amoxicillin flavored.
Maybe with a little bit of antibiotic built into it, because, you know, I don't think that would hurt all the time.
They feed it to the chickens. Why can't they feed it to us?
I want to have a immunity to it's because you're having it so much.
Start getting the sniffles?
Yeah.
Get yourself an amoxicillin Kit Kat.
You wouldn't have any problem taking your medicine.
I've got no problems with that.
We thought about selling the worst of the Riot, but let's be honest, no one is buying this stuff. Get it for free on the Radio U app.
So it's time to play everybody's favorite game. Who are the top paid actors in the world?
What a fun game.
Meet our contestant, Nikki. She's here from, it says, the United States.
I am from the United States.
Now, Nikki, you work in radio?
I do, here at the Radio U headquarters.
That's a lot of fun. Are you ready to play our game?
I would love to play.
Okay, so today in Guess Which Actors Are the Top Paid Actors in the World, are you ready to name which actor is the top paid actor in the world?
Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
So do you give me a couple of choices or?
No, you just pick.
I just have to pick? Mm-hmm. Guy or girl?
Actor. Not actress.
Well, sometimes they say actor even with an actress.
Okay, that's
so
fair, but no. These are all men.
Ryan Reynolds.
sorry. Ryan Reynolds does not crack. Oh, he's number 15.
Number 15.
He made $21.5 million this year.
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. He is at number 6.
Number 6.
He made
getting up there.
Yeah, he made $48 million this year.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
I'm not happy with that choice, but not on that list. Okay. I'm trying to think of the superhero movies.
Okay.
Who's the one guy who's Captain America? I don't think he's on the top, but
that would be Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, $18
million. You know, and it's only on this list at 18 million. You're like, well, you know.
Sometimes we're always shocked.
And he's number 18.
Sometimes we're shocked because the people who are like at the top of these most money lists for actors are not actually making a lot of movies that make money.
Right.
It'd be like, George Clooney or someone who's like not made a movie that's been...
It's been a while.
Yeah, like if Brad Pitt suddenly was number 1.
Well, I will tell you that George Clooney and Brad Pitt are not on this list. Well, let's see here. I'll just go...
The Rock!
The Rock. The Rock is almost number 1.
I'm out of people.
He's number 2.
Number 2?
You know what? We could play this game for 100 years.
I'll never get it.
And you would have never...
Give me a hint at the movie.
You would never... okay... look, it's a car. No, it's a robot.
Mark
no,
Wahlberg?
It's a car. Mark
Wahlberg? All right, go for him.
The top paid actor this year. Now, keep in mind, he's got 2 movies that are out this year. He was in Transformers, and then he also has Daddy's Home 2 coming. And I am embarrassed to tell you that I saw a trailer for that, and I really did laugh. Like, I laughed at the trailer. Not that I am necessarily going to see the movie.
I've not seen the first one.
I haven't seen the first one either, but I laughed. It was when I saw Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There was a trailer for that in front of Spider-Man.
Is it when they come down the escalator?
Yep.
Yep, that part too. I liked it.
It's funny.
Mostly, is it Will Ferrell?
It's Will Ferrell,
his dad.
Mark Wahlberg, and then Mel Gibson and
Lithgow.
John Lithgow.
Lithgow.
Whatever, that guy.
All right, well, Mark Wahlberg is your top paid actor.
Top paid! He beat out The Rock at number 2, Vin Diesel at number 3. Apparently, this is a muscle list. But I got another one for you that when I tell you who's at number 4, you'll just be like, no!
No way.
Adam Sandler.
No, he makes bank when it comes to Netflix. He makes so much money. Yeah.
He's the one that everybody's like, his movies suck. He's the worst. And everyone watches them.
He goes right to cash his checks.
Straight to the freaking bank right there.
And I think it's also because his production company makes a lot of random stuff. So.
Well, but this is just, I think, for acting. And then at number 5, Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan, okay.
Jackie Chan made $49 million this year. Wow.
Worst of the Riot, not enough? Not enough? Check the blog and all things Riot at riot.radiou.com.
Nikki, this is a perfect movie for you. It's called Broadcasting Christmas.
Yeah.
It's a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Oh, it is?
And it's about broadcasting. So you're in broadcasting. It's Hallmark Christmas. It's everything you want.
I mean, it should be perfect, right?
Yeah. You know what? Nikki and I were screaming off air that there's just no movies that we want to get.
Everything looks so bad. Now, there might be a couple of good ones. You know, Guardians comes out. Guardians of the Galaxy.
See, here's my deal, guys, though. I'm waiting. Like, I normally run out and just buy the whatever right away, but I feel like I'm finally getting smart. Black Friday, if you like to buy Blu-rays, and I do, and I know a lot of people are just streaming stuff, but if you can wait until Black Friday...
all the stuff you want now will be super cheaper.
Like everything that's $20 or $25 now will be between $5 and $8. So what I like to do is I like to try to stash $50. And that's like my target number. Take $50, put it in an envelope, earmark it, whatever, and then on Black Friday, whoa, baby... buy just like all the Blu-rays.
Have at it.
And every year I have my Blu-ray haul on Black Friday, and I almost never walk away with less than 6 or 7 movies, and I usually get those for between $30 and $40, and that feels acceptable. Like, that's fine, especially considering that would have been about $100 worth of them if I had bought them all.
I'm just surprised you can still find that many.
Well, you know,
but if you wait, then that's why.
That's exactly right. You basically, you're almost doing your year's worth of Blu-ray shopping on one day. Now, the one thing I'm really hoping is that new Godzilla movie.
Shin Godzilla.
I really want that to be cheap on Black Friday.
But you've been so funny with that. You actually want that movie, but it's $22 or $24.
I was prepared to pay $20 for it, and it was like $25.
It's $5 more. Why is that a problem if you really want the movie?
Nikki, here's the thing: is like, okay, that right there is where the problem starts. Do you hear that? That
no,
right there. Do you really want it? Yeah, I do.
But here's what you do. Don't spend $5 on some random Blu-ray that's on sale at Thanksgiving and you've used the money early.
No, but I want Shin Godzilla to be like $5 to $8 on Thanksgiving / Black Friday, and I pick it up on the cheap, and that's perfect.
But instead of wasting the rest of your money on the movies you won't even watch that you buy on Thanksgiving, just use that money towards the movie you want.
I watched all the movies I bought last year.
You did?
I did.
You did? They're all
really
unwrapped.
Did.
Now, are there still wrapped movies in your collection?
There probably are. And I will tell you, three movies on my wall of shame that I've bought that I haven't watched yet. Bridge of Spies. Mm-hmm. And this is all from one batch. What is it? Family Video or something? They had an online sale. All their Blu-rays were $3. And I bought The Martian, Bridge of Spies, and
something else.
There's one other movie, and those three movies, I paid $9. It was free shipping, and I haven't watched any of them.
See, that would have been plenty to cover your Shin Godzilla. Yeah,
you're right.
So you could have gotten what you wanted.
But see, Nikki, at the time, I wanted those.
I know, but you never did.
And I never did. So you have to be careful with words like want.
Sure.
Send your complaints regarding that worst of the riot moment to Fire Obadiah at RadioU.com.
Nikki, something you missed out on last week when you were gone.
When Hudson was filling in for me?
Yeah, we had a lot of talk about keto diets.
Keto, okay, so Hudson is doing keto.
Yep, the ketogenic diet.
Yeah.
So the idea is that it's basically a high-fat, low-carb diet.
Sure, and your body goes into ketosis.
Ketosis, where it burns off stored body fat instead of, I guess, whatever other fatty fat.
A movie, a documentary that's been popular about a guy who went on nothing but water diet for 35 days or something.
Nothing but water?
So he had a fast.
That's not a diet.
It's a water fast, and it put his body into ketosis.
Sure.
Which is where I've learned from it, or about it.
So how much weight did he lose?
It wasn't just that he lost so much weight in a month, but he lost all the weight that he lost was almost all stored body fat, which is what you normally don't get.
Right, which is what this ketosis thing does. And that's what low carb diets in general do, is they put your body in this space. Nikki and I did a low carb thing once, and I can remember you get a certain flavor in your mouth, and which I realize sounds ridiculous, but those are the ketones in your body, and you can absolutely taste it in your mouth when that is happening. It is weird, and it totally worked until pasta.
One moment that you have a moment of weakness, and then you can never get back on it. It's your body knows what it's doing, and it's we're not doing that again.
Hudson's doing okay, though. He was in here eating donuts and brownies and ketoing the whole time.
How did he have donuts and brownies with it?
Well, he said that what happened at Radio U didn't count.
Oh, it's what's at work stays at work?
Right.
Right. So his keto is like that, okay. Suddenly he's at work all the time.
It reminds me of, a certain someone that used to work here, because I see Hudson at lunch, and he comes in here with 3 double cheeseburgers, and he takes the buns off and all this stuff, and he's just eating these burgers.
We had an old employee who we loved dearly, and he was doing low carb before the ketosis thing.
Yes.
Before keto became popular, and man, what you'd break apart as your lunch. I'm having this whole pizza. By that you mean I'm having all the cheese.
All the cheese and sauce. And so he would order a large pizza and just eat the top off. It's hey bro, you want some bread?
This wasn't bread with sauce. That was it.
You want some? Just come here. You can have a piece. You can't have the toppings on it, but you can have the whole rest of it.
Or it'd be 8 hamburgers. But yes, all the buns would be off.
He would absolutely do that. Well, that's where Hudson is. So I'm reading a write-up here that says that, hey, long-term keto is not a good idea.
It's probably hard for your body.
Well, they just say that you're not getting the fruits and veggies that your body needs to survive. So Hudson's on an all McDonald's cheeseburger diet.
Yeah, but you're right, though. Hudson is a little different since he's doing a he does keto at home, but then at work, he's a little bit more open.
Well, at work, it's just that he's like, for taste tests and stuff.
Oh, but normally still. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, I will say if he's just eating plain burgers and the occasional donut, it seems to me like something's wrong in that nutritional plan long term.
It might be wrong. Do you want to put like a piece of fruit on his desk every day and not say it's us, like a pineapple?
Like, see if he's tempted by it?
Yeah. We can put little faces on the
banana.
fruit. Like a little frowny face with a Sharpie on a banana.
So are we tempting him to eat it, or with the frowny face, is that us conditioning him to not eat it?
No, the banana be like, bro, why you no eat me?
Why you hating, bro?
Why you hate me?
Why you hate me?
And then we can make it into a fruit salad at the end of the week.
It seems reasonable to me.
Okay.
So, but he says that eventually he sees himself like you keto for a while, and then you go back to the other, and then you keto for a while, and you go back to So,
like a roller coaster.
Yeah,
going back and forth.
Your weight goes up, you
up
bring it down, up and down, up and down. That's what you do.
Okay.
Isn't that's supposed to be healthy, right?
I think that's it.
So do you find yourself tempted by Hudson's success? He said he's lost like 18 pounds.
He didn't have any weight to lose, did he?
18 pounds.
18 pounds?
Yeah. I saw a bone.
You saw
So I'm just, I mean, it doesn't tempt me, because when I see him eating those stacks of burgers, I'm like, you know what? You actually made that burger not look very good.
Yeah, you just go do that. That's fine.
Having a bad day? Blame the riot. Everyone else does. And in fairness, it's probably their fault. Radio U.
News hit yesterday that they're going to make a new superhero movie.
Which one?
I'm sorry. I should have warned you guys to sit down first. You swooned. Well, it's a good thing we have a fainting couch here in the studio. Just in case.
In case a spell hits us.
Just got to lay down for a minute, but it's fine.
We also have the smelling salts over there.
No big deal.
So what's a new superhero?
Well, not exactly superhero.
Super person?
Super villain.
Super villain?
They want to do a Joker movie, and this Joker movie is going to tell the origins of the Joker. But
no.
It's not going to be the Jared Leto Joker. It's going to be an alternate universe, not part of the DC film universe Joker story.
So I never saw Suicide Squad, but I remember Jared Leto was supposed to be all in that movie, and then suddenly when the movie came out, you saw very little of the Joker.
He's not in it very much.
Did people not like his portrayal of it, and then that's why he's not this Joker, or no one knows?
I don't know. But everybody be asking. Why?
Where's Jared? Where's Jared Leto at?
I actually thought, considering Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker, which is not that long ago.
Yeah. That's kind of more
8
considered.
8 years, 7 years, 8 years?
More iconic.
And you look at Jokers through time, he seemed like the modern take on the Joker. And I actually think you have to give Jared Leto some credit. I thought that since they had to create something unique in this space where Heath Ledger had done such an amazing job, that, whether you like the movie or not, they did an interesting job portraying, because they had to do it differently. And so I thought it was an interesting, different Joker that they came up with. So the idea here is that they would tell the origin stories, but again, it would happen outside of the Suicide Squad universe. This would be a standalone film that is not reflective of the rest of the DC movies, which is a great idea, because one thing they've been really strong on is storytelling and cohesiveness. So putting even one more thing out to confuse everybody.
It might be just what the character needs.
It seems like exactly what they need over there.
I guess there'll be talks then of who will be the next Joker?
Yeah, well, but the idea is that Jared Leto will continue in these other films as the Joker.
So he's still doing stuff that way, but this is different.
This will just be a one-off thing. And so
you can't follow all of it, guys.
And the thing that everybody's like, oh my gosh, is that it's going to be produced by Martin Scorsese. And everybody's like, man, Martin Scorsese, he had that Goodfellas movie that was so overrated, right? That's exciting. And there are others too. They've got a director. I can't find the guy's name. I don't remember, but everybody's really excited.
Seems like it.
Well, see, the thing is, there are 3 people that are excited, and then a bunch of people that are like, what the what?
So that means everybody's excited.
Whatever. So there you go. They're going to make another Joker movie. You guys need to start putting your money back to make sure that you attend all these films, because if Hollywood's going to make them, it's your responsibility to pay top dollar to see it in IMAX 3D.
The Riot.
They hate me, they hate you, they hate us.
Why else would they make us listen to the worst of the Riot? Radio U.
I've got some great news for you.
It does seem great.
Oh, pass me a cigarette. If you're under the age of 35, you probably don't hate your job yet. I'm not saying that you could be an exception. Maybe you do hate your job. But they say about the time you hit 35
is when the hate comes in.
Between the ages of 35 and 54, that's when people start to not just dislike their job, but hate it. 16% said they were unfulfilled by their job.
But I think at that age, they probably feel stuck.
Yeah.
Like that's probably what you're going to be doing the rest of your career.
They say 1/5 are just unhappy. And they say unhappy will lead to burnout faster than you think. Mm-hmm. So, it doesn't say this here in the study, but it's probably time to quit your job.
Yeah, but at that age, so that'd be, that's a life change.
At 35?
Or to 55, that window.
Yeah, true.
Then you got to go find something else to do.
You know what, Nikki, it's time to find your second wind. Or you know what? Right now.
Or your first real one if you've never liked your career.
What if you're 22 right now and you're going to work and you're thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I can't do this job every day for the rest of my life.
Then go.
Then you probably better quit now.
Yes.
And you know what? Go home, tell your parents, Obadiah told me to quit my job. And
not Obadiah and Nikki told you that. Mind you, don't say the riot. There was no riot in that.
Say it. It was a team effort. The riot said, quit my job because my happiness is the most important thing right now.
And I'm moving back home in with you, Mom. No, you say...
Prepare the basement and slay the fatted calf. The prodigal son has returned.
You say that Obadiah from the riot is the one who told you to quit your job.
Let's drop... Here's what I don't like. Proper nouns.
That's
okay?
Right.
I think it's important that you and I, as a team, understand that we represent a united front.
Wrong.
They see us out there side by side, hand in hand, confronting the happiness problem.
Here's what Nikki from the riot says. She says, go find a new job, but keep your current position until you're able to switch over to that one.
Yeah, and what you should do is, like on the job, when you have to interview for the other one, call in sick, pretending that you're sick, and then go interview for your new job. Because no one ever does that. Here we go. I got some more stuff for you. All right.
Can't wait.
A quarter, that's 25% of this, the 35 to 50-year-olds feel underappreciated. Oh, man.
Wait till you find out.
When millennials or whatever, when the crop, it's going to be, that number's going to skyrocket. Because people already feel underappreciated. It's only going to get worse. The figure is rising to 29% if you're over 55. So it gets worse, man.
When you're over that?
A third of those aged over 35 say their job is stressful. 12% of those aged 35 to 54, 17% say that it's a struggle to juggle work with their other life. I guess that means life outside of work. I guess basically what they're saying here is that we should expect to turn 35 and hate everything. That seems to be what these statistics are telling us.
Is 35 the new grumpy old man then?
I think so.
Not like 55?
I don't know. I spent time with Hudson last week, and
is he getting grumpy?
Yeah. And he,
he's too young to be that grumpy.
Yeah, I know he's not 35.
He's doing keto, so that's the diet's fault.
It could be.
Probably.
It could be. But he's an overachiever, so maybe he's just,
he's an old man trapped in a young guy's body.
It could be. Well, Nikki, are you ready to quit this job?
No, I'm happy.
We should quit it before we get too old.
Don't want to talk to the riot? We completely understand. Text instead. 877-2-RADIO-U.
So off air, Nikki and I have had the best conversation we've ever had in our whole time. Not just on the air, but being friends.
Being friends, yeah.
The entire time. Because Nikki says, we're talking about how things are going great for Nikki. She just moved. Everything's coming together. And then she goes, she says, I got a bug bite.
I do. I have a really bad, I think it's a bug bite on my arm.
She says, no, but you have to hear both sentences together. I got a bug bite. I don't want to lose my arm.
It's infected. It's very much infected. It's very much.
I don't.
Well, we read a lot of scary stories, don't we? And that's all I think think about sometimes.
I somehow, like, you immediately jumped to, I got a bug bite. I think I'm going to lose my arm.
I think it is. It happened on Sunday when I woke up. I was like, what's that? And so I scraped at it, and it really hurt. And
Did, like, baby spiders come out?
No, I don't think so, but I think I broke the skin. And so now it's red all around it, and it's white on top like a bug bite. So,
all right. Well, I Googled signs a bug bite is infected and you're going to lose your arm. And I'll just let you know that nothing came up.
Nothing did? Mm-hmm. I think I'm okay because the infected part hasn't spread. So, like, it's better. But it got hot last night, and I got a fever.
So, did you really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's not good.
Here's
what it says. It says if the bite appears infected, redness with or without pus, warmth, fever, or a red streak that spreads toward the body. That's actually the thing you really want to look for. Is like if you would see it shooting up your arm, all joking aside, you need to go to a doctor.
Does it look like it? It's not. It's like a circle.
Will you look at my pus-filled wound and tell me if you think it's shooting?
See, it's red down here. It's red down there.
I don't think so.
Well, you have to look at it in the light. I'll come over there. I'll come over there and tell you.
So
it's there. It's hot.
It says if that's the case, see a doctor.
No, I think it's getting better.
If you don't know what bit or stung you, do you know what it was?
No, I just woke up with it.
Okay. It's important to keep watching the area closely to be sure it does not become infected.
If I could tolerate the pain, I just want to cut it to, like, let it out, like to drain it.
Okay. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Couple of problems there.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
I thought, now, if I put it under hot enough water, like the utensil to cut it, or use a
lighter? Yeah,
burn
sure.
it.
It's perfect.
That'll disinfect it, won't it?
I'm not a medical professional. And so I got to tell you, that feels like one of those things where you and I would be watching something, and there's a lady that doesn't have an arm, and she's like, "I'm here to tell other people to not use a lighter to disinfect the knife."
Work. I don't have any alcohol, so I can't, like. If not, you splash it with something.
You can get some rubbing alcohol, right?
Oh yeah, I have earring cleaner.
I'm sure it's the same. I'm sure it's no big deal. We'll just pour it on in there. Just cut the wound, pour the alcohol in, the earring cleaner in.
You want to know how I think? And then I thought maybe I should go more organic. You know, like people use oils.
Oh my gosh.
I thought maybe I'll use coconut oil. Maybe that'll do something.
Okay. All right. Now, I want to be respectful here, but these are all terrible ideas.
I'm fine. It's just a bug bite.
What you need to do is we take a picture of it now. Okay. And then we'll take...
Now you're supposed to take a Sharpie and then see if it goes past the line.
And if it goes past the line,
then we got to go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. Okay, I got it.
Here's the thing is when you call them, I want you to, when they say, like, why do you need to say the doctor, say, I got a bug bite and I don't want to lose my arm. That's what I want you to tell them.
That's fine. I'll go with that one. I'll go with that.
That's fine. It's fine.
Okay, but I'm going to come show you. You tell me if you see the line.
You guys want to see a picture of it?
I'm not posting a picture. I'm not posting a picture of it.
You Instagram everything else.
Not of this part of my arm with the bug bite. No way.
But what if somebody is played a doctor on TV and they'll see it and be like, oh, it's fine.
Does anybody have a knife? Come on in.
Does anybody have some earring cleaner and a knife and a lighter? I don't want to lose my arm. Sounds like we're on the way.
Wish the worst of the riot would never end?
Everything that has a beginning has an end.
What is wrong with you? Get our daily podcast through iTunes, Google Play, or the Radio U app.
I like to steal things digitally. I don't like to give anybody any money for something. So I steal all my movies and games and music, and I feel justified about it because the prices are too darn high.
Now, I know he's saying that, but that's not actually what he means.
No, I'm kidding.
He doesn't believe that.
Man, I'm not a digital pirate, even if I play one on TV.
You're not really.
So the Pirate Bay back in the day was like the place for torrenting. And I know this because I read Torrent Freak all the time. And they are saying that two of the guys that founded the Pirate Bay, Frederick Neege and Gottfried Svartholm, we really need to move.
Well, we need some more unique names, don't we?
Best freaking names.
I know.
Our names are like Obadiah.
Well, yours in the world of names, though, is still unique.
I know, but
people
not
always think you're Amish.
Obadiah Svartholm. Look, it's like Smart Home right in the name there, but like Svartholm. So anyway, these two dudes each are being ordered to pay $477,000 in compensation to record labels. And this is being done in Finland right now. That's where they're being tried. So they've been on trial, holy crap, for like 6 years.
I was going to say, it's been a while.
That is forever long ago. 6 years that they've been on trial. And now they're going to have to pay the International Federation of the Phonographic Industry.
The International House of Music.
Yep, pretty much that. So them, and then they also have to pay the Copyright Information and Anti-Piracy Center and its affiliated rights holders.
They have to pay them separate money or like another amount?
It seems to me like it's a joint settlement, so they'll pay for each. There were a couple of other guys that were also part of the Pirate Bay that currently live in non-extradition countries.
That's the key, man. You got to get yourself to one of those if you want to be able to do that or make it.
They were also ordered to pay massive amounts in absentia.
But
so
they're not there to do that.
Nobody's around to actually do that. $477,000.
I actually thought it might be more.
Well, you know what? I will say...
But there's a point where they can't pay it. So.
Right. And I also feel like in the United States, we are way more likely to hand out...
a shocking settlement thing?
Like what would you call it? Like that kind of judgment where it's... Wow, I want that word, and I just can't have it.
Give me more. A class
action. A symbolic judgment.
Okay.
Where it's like, okay, it's $65 million. Obviously, you'll never pay it back, but we want everybody to know what a big deal it was. I feel like in Europe, when I see settlements like that in court, it has a tendency to be a little more like, this is something they'll actually pay back.
Because believe it or not, if Obi's right, if this was done here in the United States, the recording issue would have gone after them for a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, they probably just would have locked them in some sort of medieval torture device and slowly bled them to death over 50 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Punitive. That's a good word. That's not what I was looking for, but it's
still a good word. Thank you for texting that in.
You're listening to the worst of the riot.
Today sucks.
Radio U.
Taking a look right now at what's set up in Times Square, because that's the only thing that matters in the United States. What's happening in Times Square right now. It's the most important. Times Square,
is that what
Washington,
they want you to
D.C.,
think?
and Hollywood.
Okay.
Not just L.A. in general, specifically in Hollywood. Those are the three places.
I think I know what you're going to talk about, what they have there.
Oh, wait. I'm not talking about the
sugar thing?
Okay, that.
Oh, that is it?
I thought you were going to talk about the groping Mickey or something.
No. I just know that they have made a statement piece at Times Square.
Now, let's be clear. This is an ad. Before there may be some truth contained in advertising.
Sure, but it is advertising.
It is an advertisement. Right now, the people behind Kind, K-I-N-D, those bars that are made of all nuts.
Oh, they're not granola bars, but they're kind of like that.
I will say, they're pretty good. About them.
They're kind of good.
I think they're good. They're like $100 a piece, but they're good.
And still a lot of calories.
Nuts got
because the one I like has chocolate drizzle on it.
No, that's not the problem. Nuts,
that could be it.
Nuts have a lot of
But the one thing I don't understand
calories.
is a lot of those bars, which they promote to us as like a healthier snack bar sort of thing, has so much sugar in it themselves.
Well, I can't speak to the Kind bars,
sure.
Nikki. It just depends on what kind you're eating, but you're absolutely right.
Some of them are worse than like a Snickers.
Oh, well, I have a friend of mine who I am sure many people will say this is not right, but he is a lifter, and he will tell me, he's like, look, you might as well just eat a Snickers bar.
Oh, because of some of the stuff?
He's not encouraging me to eat a Snickers bar, but he's just basically saying, look, if you're going to eat that, just eat a Snickers and get it over with.
Yeah.
So what these people, the Kind people, have done, K-I-N-D, brand, not a description of their attributes.
Group of nice people.
They have put in a 24-foot wide pile of sugar in the middle of Times Square. It weighs 45,000 pounds. And they say that this is how much sugar is being consumed by children in America. Like if you took all the kids in America, they're the kids in America. Sorry. Stay focused.
Focus here.
This is how much sugar that kids eat in 5 minutes in America.
Sure, which
so
they say
every 5 minutes, this is how much sugar is being consumed by people. In this case, I believe it is under the age of 10.
Goodness, and of course, when you have a lot of sugar, it makes it hard to focus, doesn't it?
What are we even talking about right now? I don't even know what we're saying. So they say that average kids in America eat 3 times the daily recommended amount of sugar every single day, which equates to, this is crazy, 64 pounds of sugar per year.
Jeez, wow.
And to be clear, that is not sugar as in like, they're calling that added sugar. Mm. So I don't know what they mean by added sugar versus like regular sugar. But they also say that children in the U.S. eat 4.7 billion pounds of added sugar, which would cover 1,740 football fields.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I put sugar in my coffee this morning.
You did?
I did.
Well, just a little, though, right?
I don't put creamer in it, but I put brown sugar in it. And you know what I found, Nikki? It unlocks the flavor. It's perfect.
Oh, my gosh.
You just put a little brown sugar in that coffee, and I've abandoned creamer in favor of...
just a tiny bit of brown sugar.
Tiny bit of brown sugar, but apparently I'm one of these kids from Times Square now. Way to go, me.
Ever wonder what Nikki is doing when she isn't rioting? Find her Twitter feed at riot.radiou.com. Obadiah is there too, but... who cares what he's doing?
Trolls.
Online trolls?
They're everywhere, Nikki.
The worst of them all.
You could be sitting next to one right now.
It is sometimes shocking when you find out who's someone who you would expect it to be someone, I don't know, who doesn't know any better, like very, very young or something. And then you could be surprised who would be someone who's a troll online. You're like, Grandma?
There's been some high-profile people that have kind of come out that you found out later, like, oh, gosh, you were that? Oh, my, that's really something. But apparently, it's a thing. Now, Discus, which is an online commenting platform, as I understand it, they're like a third party that websites then subscribe to. And you can,
sections.
Yeah, they'll run your comment section for you. They teamed up with Wired to create a map of what they said were the most troll states and the least troll states. What do you think is the state that had the highest number, according to this study, of online trolls?
Florida.
That's a good guess, Nikki, but I'm going to have to...
Well, I was wrong on that.
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
I'm going by size there. Ohio. Michigan.
All right, we got 46 left.
Utah. Montana.
I got to tell you the truth. I feel like we're on some kind of a tour.
Where do we want to go next?
Okay, it's Vermont.
I would have never gotten to that. I probably would have forgot even as I was going through all the states that that's a state.
We would have been down to, we've got about 5 states left. I'm running out of names. Vermont.
It's so small. Why so mean?
Well, that could feed into it. Size, it could just be a greater concentration because they're dealing off percentages here. So there's a higher percentage of the state that is trolls. So like raw data, there might be more trolls in California, but by percent, Vermont is going to be the place. And then the least amount of trolls would be New Hampshire.
Okay.
And they're neighbors.
Yeah, come on. They're not mean. Why
are they so fine and the others aren't? Now, the other thing they found is that the most toxic time that they would find you online, 3 a.m.
Oh, is that when people can be the meanest?
At 3 a.m., 11% of all comments were mean comments. Now, at 9 p.m., they said, and this is, I don't know if that's across time zones or just 9 Eastern. They don't say, but they say that is the most talkative time in which people are commenting about 11,000 times. At least on their platform in that space.
I think what's nice is if you like to go online and you like to do the whole commenting sort of thing is take some time maybe at 3 a.m. and try to do some nice comments for people.
You could.
Make someone's day nicer.
25% of all posters on the internet have made at least one toxic comment.
One nasty remark.
Yes. I gave up on online discussions. Some part of it because I had some friends that we were very, very good friends. And we got into some downright ugly, terrible back and forths.
Because of a difference of opinions.
Very hot topic, hot button issues, differences of opinions that raged out of control in a way that was, quite frankly, shocking. And when I look back on it now, it's just like, what on this earth were we doing?
What
like,
happened?
why did we ever do that? And why didn't we just say, let's go get coffee and talk? Like, why are we yelling at each other online?
But I mean, if you're online and it's anonymous to anonymous, you just cannot have that discussion. And you want to convince them, they want to convince you, and before you know it, there's some hurt feelings.
Yeah.
And there's no way to clean those up because you'll never see the person. It's just always, again, online.
That's why I realize different people have different
styles with it.
In different ways of coping. But my coping is I refuse to have a serious discussion online. I just refuse to do it. If you want to have a serious discussion, at the very least, it has to be a phone call. But in reality, I probably want to get together and face to face, because
which is why you can call us anytime you want.
Yeah, I lost control in the middle of that. I wasn't the only one. It got ugly fast. And after that, I was like, I'm never doing this again.
I know. You hate the Riot. Why are they on the radio?
Stupid. Yeah.
Honestly, we can't trust them with anything else. It's the Riot on Radio U.
I want to take you back in time. I want us to climb in the Wayback Machine to February 20th of this year. There was a fire down in Wiltshire, where Rachel Rivers, farm manager, was rescued by the Pusey fire team. And they didn't just help rescue the farm. They also rescued 18 piglets and several full-grown pigs.
So they saved the farm animals?
They sure did. And
heroic.
A day or two ago, the firefighters were thanked by for their amazing contribution with the sausage from some of the pigs that they rescued.
Isn't that horrible?
I don't know, is it?
I mean, it's the circle of life and all that stuff. And I mean, it is what it is. But if you save the pig, would you be able to eat the pig?
Well, see, the nice thing is...
Because really, you couldn't save the pig?
Okay. The owner of the farm says that this is inevitable.
Yeah.
I give these animals the best quality of life I can until the time they go to slaughter, and then they go into the food chain. You do feel sad at the end of it, but to bring them down for the firefighters was a good way to say thank you.
That is a nice gesture. A gesture I would not know quite what to do with, but it's a gesture.
I could make some suggestions.
I'll grill it.
You can bake it. That's a great way to do bacon.
You come in
use
and
an
you're,
electric skillet.
Like, let's say you were out when the delivery happened, and you come in, you're like, what is that great smell?
What is that?
And you were one of the main firefighters who saved all the little piglets. And you're like, well, Bob, you remember back to, was it February, you said? The fire of February at the sausage house? According
to this, the firefighters had no problem consuming the bacon. And the sausage.
At least pretend you had a problem.
Mm-hmm. So here's the quote. Rachel Rivers, one of the ones that we're so grateful, the farm manager, she said, I'm sure the vegetarians will hate this, but the firefighters say the bangers were fantastic.
Oh, so they are, yeah. Oh,
it's in the UK.
It's in the UK. Bangers, yeah.
Bangers and mash.
Bangers and mash, that's it.
Have yourself a good morning.
And I guess that was nice of her to give them to the firefighters. Sure. She could have made a profit and sold that, but since they had saved her. And
I don't know that they gave like all of it to them, but like she took them some of the meat from them that were processed.
That's the word.
That is the word.
It is it.
That is the word.
Okay, well, thanks for sharing the story.
I haven't had sausage in a long time. I tried that bacon, and bacon's kind of off my menu.
I like turkey sausage.
I do too. I like turkey, chicken,
piggy,
cow,
any of it.
Pig. I don't really, you know what? I don't like pork.
Yeah, no, I get you. I
don't even really like ham. I mean, it's Christmas. Is it honey baked? Because I only want the glaze, really. But I mean, after that.
So really, if there was any animal that'd be safe around you, it would be a little piggy.
Pigs would probably be the safest.
The safest?
Yeah. Well, I mean, guess it just depends. I don't know. Pigs freak me out. That noise they make? Ooh.
Their call?
Or like that sound they make. It's just like, oh, get it out. The demon pig has come to eat us all.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh, no! I missed it! Do it again!
You can hear us live every day on the Radio U network through the Radio U app or at riot.radiou.com.
Pass me a cigarette.